Hey, everybody, and welcome back to 40K Thursday. We'll be joined shortly by Todd, our in-house expert for these things. He's said he's got some pretty spicy chaos stuff for us this week, so we'll be talking a lot about that. Probably building up some of the new rules and everything that has been dropped. So until he gets here, though, I figured we could take a new look at some of the upcoming things. Like this is the Lord Discordant. It's this really cool new model coming out. If you haven't seen it. It looks like this. It's basically, Chaos Tech Priest almost looking thing. Really, really amazing model. But you can see like the hood here that has the similar things to Tech Priests, riding this beast of a scorpion like thing with two tails and things everywhere. Got this gun sticking out of it, rocking a chained lance, which I think is just one of the most baddest ass weapons we've seen in a little bit. And of course, the little banner flag. It's a really good looking model, but they just dropped a little bit more information on it, as the model had been leaked a little bit a while ago. But it says next week. Break out the Mauler Fiends, dust off your defilers, and rev up your Venom Crawlers. The Demon Engine mastering Lord Discordant is almost upon us. Next weekend, we'll be continuing our Chaos-tastic Release-a-thon with a new army kit that lets you add this ferocious mounted Warpsmith to your army. Pretty badass. Um, oh my god, like there's even more angles on this, and his backpack is just incredible. See, these guys are fantastic for Chaos players who like their demon engines, healing them in battle, as well as giving them a +1 to hit. Perfect for ensuring your Forge Fiends, Mauler Fiends, and going all out Lord of Skulls find their mark. The Lord Discordant is a deadly combatant in his own right, too. At range, you'll be able to devastate foes with your choice of autocannon or Bale Flamer while close up, while they're capable of dismantling unfortunate enemies with mechatendrils, talons, and the brutal Impaler Chainglaive. Chainglaive. That's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So this Lord Discordant kit, while named after a particularly evil specimen on Vigilus known as Vex Machinator, can be used to build any Lord Discordant you like. The model comes with a wealth of detail to look up for a symbol of the Dark Mechanicum, Grizzly Bionics, and the Machine Spirit Chamber of a Land Raider you might recognize from this classic. So look at that. That's wow. They fucking got the Machine Spirit uh, in there as well, which I think is just an awesome part of lore for this. See, inside you'll find a choice of guns, the option to take either the Magna Cutter Technovirus, the Magna Cutter, or the Technovirus Injector. Oh, that is a vicious looking thing. I love these mandibles as well. Like they're showing off kind of some of the paint options. Plus, in addition, additional plating you can add to his head mount. So you see, like this one has like just the open plate with the eye cover, and and then this one has the extra head plate over the top of it. Oh man, look at the little eye. The Lord Discordant will be available for pre-order next week. In the meantime, you can find his rules in both Vigilus Ablaze and the Codex Chaos Space Marines. So the new Codex of Chaos Space Marines did drop recently. Ooh, hey, we are in the U.S. I think we can give that enough away. But for those of you who already have your codexes, this is a brand new update with the new models, of course, inside of it. Let's see. Of course, not the sample page. And then all of the updated rules with the new things in it, like the new Abaddon rules, the new everything we've been kind of going over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, it's US. Let me go back, you damn thing. All right, so we're stuck in a loop here. Um, but it's been kind of interesting to see all of these new chaos releases over this last little bit. But I'm really excited for this one in particular because it goes really well with a lot of the other, forges and everything that have been coming out. And I think anybody who's gotten like a Forge Fiend or a Mauler Fiend has been a little disappointed with them. But like for this, his the plus one isn't like terribly game breaking or anything. It doesn't make it like all of a sudden like the most amazing choice ever. But it still, I think, creates a really really great opportunity to be able to use these models. Let's see. Tactica we just looked at. Oh wait, hold on. So the Tactica on the Lord Discordant is kind of interesting. So the Lord Discordant on Hellstalker is a new option for hitting the table of chaos soon. He's going to have a a weapon skill at +2 with 4 attacks. Holy crap! But he also benefits from being mounted on a beastly Hellstalker. At full wounds, the Hellstalker can make an additional 6 close combat attacks. With the Lord Discordant has swung with his after the Lord Discordant has swung with his own weapons and mecha tendrils. Holy crap. All right, so is armed with a vicious impaler chainglaive. Normally the weapon is a +2 strength, but on the turn the model charges or makes a heroic intervention, the strength profile is increased to times 2, but his attacks at a 8 strength. Each time he fights, he can make an additional 2 attacks with his mecha tendrils. That is effing ridiculous. So the mecha tendrils are user strength, damage 1. Oh man, that's also damage 2. Minus 8, EP minus 2 on that chainglaive. Let's see, each time yeah, so you can make the one chain glaive and 2 mechatendril attacks, which is pretty nuts. While the Hailstalker gets holy crap, D3 bladed limbs and tail, and then a D3 technovirus injector. That's for damage. I mean, that's pretty nutter butters. AP -4 for that technovirus injector. There might be only strength 4, but you can use these attacks to add up over time. So don't forget to use them. You can also take a stab with the powerful Technovirus Injector, dealing D3 mortal wounds if you successfully wound a vehicle. Oh wow, it has an impressive 12 attacks in the fight phase with varying profiles, not counting Death to the False Emperor. This volume of attacks is enough to threaten any infantry unit in the game. With what with him being so dangerous, keeping him safe is really going to be important. So he has a 2-up save, a 5-up invuln, and the ability to heal once per turn. Even with this, he'll need a little support from the rest of your forces. Yeah, I mean, he's not like, super crazy. Um, with the Dark Apostle and using Benediction of Darkness Prayer, this will make the Lord Discordant harder to hit. That's pretty smart. By hunting vehicles, you'll be able to further extend this model's longevity as he heals himself with the Spirit Thief ability. That's pretty nuts. While the Lord Discordant can slice through foes in melee, he also gets great support character. Through his Aura of Discord, he gives Legion Demon Mauler Fiends units a +1 to roll on hits, a huge buff to Mauler Fiends, Ford Fiends, and even, like they mentioned before, the Khorne Lord of Skulls. If you feel brave enough to make this Discordant your Warlord, he can also benefit from the Warlord traits in the Codex. So that would be, if they give him Hate and Conduit, reroll ones. Flames of Spite is also great, adding an additional mortal wound for each roll of d6. Wow, damn. These works for the Impaler Chainglaive and the Mecha Tendrils. Let's see. There are a couple of solid choices for Chaos relics and marks. If you give him the Mark of Khorne, you can give him Talisman of the Burning Blood relic, allowing him to advance and charge in the same turn and re-roll that charge even if you fail. Ooh. If Slaanesh is more your thing, Intoxicating Elixir, one of my favorites, +1 strength and attack. Damn, dude, that extra strength really will help against, like it says, Imperial Knights here on turns he charges. For a single command point, you can choose to make a Chaos Space Marine detachment, a Soul Forge pack from Vigilus Ablaze. This opens up the Master of the Soul Forge's Warlord trait, giving him +2 movement to all Soul Forged pack demon engines within 6 inches of your Warlord, and increases his movement to 14 inches. This specialist detachment also opens up the Mecha Serpent Relic, replacing the character's Mecha Tendrils and granting 1 additional attack for each enemy model within an inch. Holy crap. Fight phase at a +1 strength, AP -1, and 2 damage. This is a significant improvement to the Mecha Tendrils and let your Lord of Discordant make a mess of hordes. Yeah, I could see that being ridiculous. Oh man, that is awesome. To sum it up, he's a melee monster, and sticking with your standard ranged weapons while focusing all your efforts on getting him into close combat, enabling him to do as much damage as possible. You'll need a distraction to keep your opponent from shooting him early, and to look for or create opportunities to use his charging thief, his spirit of thief ability. Always be charging. So that is kind of like a summation of what they've been doing with the, which is freaking nuts, with this Discord Lord Discordant, and he's pretty damn awesome. I've got some updated models coming back. They're showing some new kit bashes on Space Marines, but kit bashes are nothing new. Let's see, anything else new? Oh, the rumor engine. Let's see. This is no way. Is this gonna be? Is this Fabulous Bill getting his remodel finally? Because Fabius Bile does have that coat made of human skin, and it has the face on it. I think this might be Fabius Bile finally getting a remodel. Of course, that was for April 2nd, so thank God it wasn't a April Fool's joke. What was the April Fool's? Let's see. There we go. The iServe Pro, the Warhammer Lifestyle Assistant. That's probably what it was. So we also got, let's see, Horus Heresy, new, let's see, classics available for 2 weeks only. Oh, man. That's crazy. No, only 6 titles. That is nuts. All right, so that's kind of like some of the most recent upgrades, updates. We're kind of sticking to Chaos, so we'll be talking more about the Battle Sisters, which have been pretty crazy to see their updates. A lot of people very excited for them to come and be more part of the game on a more permanent basis. Other than that, as far as your ordering and everything goes, there's a lot of new stuff. So this was kind of funny. I thought the new Chaos Space Marines bundle, which comes with Abaddon and a bunch of Chaos Space Marines, including all of the new models and everything, and the new Codex, which everybody's going to need, and these Chaos dog tags, which I love them. They're so awesome. As you can see, they're like all scratched out and been all chaosed up. But just the new Abaddon, which is a fucking badass model and worth having because he buffs the crap out of your army. And these are they're showing all 3 heads on him. So is the confident, the pissed, and then the cautious, where he's having the face mask on. It'd be interesting if they had a full helmet option for him. I can see why they don't, because he's a character and it really adds to his character not having it. But as you see, the standing on a lieutenant, always a good thing. His new claws and it's just everything about him looks badass. Super excited. His sword, of course. I like how they kept all of the a lot of his original stuff. But yeah, he's gonna be a girly man size now, which is great because it was kind of weird before playing with one because he'd be like itty bitty compared to Rowboat and Gilliman. And then these new marine models, of course, look fantastic, and they can actually be used a little bit now more effectively. But as you can see, they just added so much more detail. They brought them up in size, which is nice. And then they're just so much. They're so much more dynamically posed. Big fan of them. And then they're kind of showing off the different the different colors you can make your chapters. I'm going to be, of course, sticking to Alpha Legion up here for my Chaos Space Marines. I think it's a beautiful, not only color scheme but also awesome lore. I don't, the Black Legion, a big choice right now with Abaddon coming back. Night Lords always flavor fun. Didn't get really too much in the update, unfortunately. But everybody else is looking fine. So just kind of, if you're thinking about starting your Chaos Army, or if you would just want to expand yours and get the new Codex, I think this is going to be a great bundle for people. With that, I think, yep, there we go. Ferris is here. What's going on, dude?
Yo, 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 yo.
So he's just coming off his workout, as you probably guessed by his speedy and excitedness. So yeah, I was just kind of going over some new releases and stuff. The Chaos, the new stuff. It was pretty cool. The tech priest looking dude riding the giant thing, the
Yeah, that
Lord
thing's
Discordant.
hella awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on a couple of them.
Oh my god, they're just gonna be disgusting. 12 tacks, like it's fucking.
Yeah, the only problem is getting blown up by knights, but
Yeah.
uh,
Well, it's one of those, first turn with some decent backup, you could get a knight some real trouble.
it's true if you make it in.
Now, I haven't seen the point cost on him in the new codex. What's his point cost compared to a knight?
He's 160 points.
So expensive, but not too bad, especially for all he brings to the table.
Yeah, a little bit cheaper than a demon prince.
Yeah. Wow. With that amount of tax, giving him might actually be worth warlording.
He
Like they
might
were
be
saying.
killier than a demon prince.
Yeah, especially if you give him the intoxicating elixir to get the extra strength and attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Ew, what is that? A recovery juice from the exercise?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a little bit of HGH, some anabolic steroids.
I knew it. Shouldn't you not be drinking those?
Uh, uh, wait, have I been doing this wrong?
Either way, it sounds like you spent a lot of money.
Just
So,
to drink some roids. Oh yeah.
the delicious, delicious roids. No, I said we were talking earlier this week. You said you had some super spicy shit for chaos, so I threw it up
Oh,
on
are we
Twitter that we're
are we
doing.
just gonna go right off the bat with the crazy spicy?
I mean, we can like ease into it if you want, but I'm just uh, we
Hey
can get.
man, it's my show, your agenda, so whatever you want to do, we can do.
So, well, was there any other like individual releases you wanted to talk about while we're kind of starting there?
Well, I have here the
Oh shit!
Vigilus Ablaze, so this has a lot of cool new rules.
I'm excited for that.
I didn't bother with the codex because it seems like everything's in here except for I was wrong, and the Lord Discordant writing on his Demon Dog of Doom is only in the new codex. So
Really?
yeah, I
That
think
is
it's the
sad.
only thing that's missing if you combine
Really? It
this
said it
book
was.
with the old book.
It said it was in there on his page. That's
I don't think it
lies,
is.
lies and blasphemy. Okay.
I'm looking. I'm not finding, but oh, here it is. Yeah, I'm just an idiot. Actually, must be all the steroids that I drank.
10 out of 10. Well done. That's funny. And you said you also had maybe you were able to get a hold of some sneak peek stuff that's coming up, which might be fun to talk about.
Well, I can only talk about things that are about to come out. I don't know about anything else. I only know the stuff that's about to come out.
Anything juicy?
No, I
No.
don't know
Okay.
anything.
Well,
There's nothing.
all right then. So, anything else in the ablaze? Do you want to kind of go through some of the stuff that you're excited to throw at the chaos wall and see what sticks?
Sure. There's a few fun things that you can do with this here book. It's just like the first Vigilus book where it's got kind of these formations in it where you take specific stuff and then you pay some command points and then it helps that stuff out.
Oh hell yeah!
Much like the formations of last edition. A lot of these in here are underwhelming, just like how the
Oh
first
really?
book had a lot of stuff that was underwhelming.
Well,
But
that's a
but
shame.
there are some gems. Uh, I think the one that the most people are hyped up about is the Host Raptorial, where it affects all jump pack units.
Oh yes.
And the thing of note here is the Warlord trait, which, if you don't know how these specialist detachments work, you pay one command point to activate the detachment, and then you can pay one command point to put the Warlord trait on a character.
Any character?
Any character that fits into that detachment, I think.
That's
So this
pretty
one is
badass.
Legion jump pack units. So I'm pretty sure you have to put it on a Legion jump pack unit.
Okay.
But the Warlord trait adds 2 to charge rolls made for friendly host raptorial units while they're within 6 inches of your Warlord. And so
Yes.
that's all. Yeah, that's all jumpy boys, the Warp Talons and the Raptors, and your Lords with jump pack, and your Sorcerer with jump pack, and
Welcome to getting shredded, motherfuckers.
yeah, you're gonna take 45 Warp Talons now.
Yep, that's it's just gonna be a bunch of warp talons and cultists. That's gonna be the whole thing. Oh yeah, and then two sorcerers for warlords, so they just land, cast stuff to fuck things over, and then everybody just runs in and claws it to death. I call it my kitty cat battalion because kitty got claws.
Wow, yeah, that really is something.
Boy, you're not wrong.
Boy, howdy, is
Boy,
that
howdy,
something?
is that ever something?
So that's going to be pretty sweet for deep striking in your new Chaos Lords that have jump packs and Thunderhammers to smash stuff with your
Oh,
Thunderhammer.
the Thunderhammers. Now we haven't talked about that too much. You okay? Sorry, my puppy apparently has diarrhea. Poor little guy. Sorry, that was really fucking random. Sorry. The wife's just like, and panicking because it's probably everywhere. It's probably horrifying. That poor woman.
Stay in your cave forever.
Yeah, not time to come out yet for sure. Hell, we were talking about there's the warp talons and the detachments to pay the one to make the new things. Host Raptorial was the one people were excited about. Gives you a bunch of +2 to all movement with your or all charge rolls if you're within 6 inches of your warlord. Then what was it?
We were talking about guys with thunder
Oh,
hammers.
yes, Chaos Captain Smash. What you said you had some particularly interesting ideas as far as this goes. What were you thinking about your Captain Smash if you were to build one?
So I've got a couple of Captain Smashes. The primary Captain Smash that I was thinking of is the young Slanesh Lord with intoxicating elixir, so that he has that extra attack, which
Yeah.
is sweet, and that extra strength. So he's strength 10 with the hammer. That means that he'll wound anything on twos, and if you use Veterans of the Long War, or on threes, and if you use Veterans of the Long War, he'll wound anything on twos, which is tight.
Damn.
The other one is the Captain Skull Smash, right? The Corn Lord with the jump pack and the Thunder Hammer, and you can give him the Talisman of Burning Blood so he can reroll his 7-inch charge. And so that's pretty consistent to get in, and then he can fight twice with the Corn Stratagem.
Hot damn.
And you can cast Diabolic Strength on him, so he gets +1 attack and +2 strength, so he'll be strength 12. And then you can have both of them at the same time because they're not mutually exclusive.
So you just have both of them run in on a night and blow it the fuck up.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yes.
So that's pretty sweet.
Now I know you saw you modeling one earlier this week. Do you want to hold them up, kind of show people what you've been working on?
Sure.
This thing has been toit like a toiger.
It's just a. It's just one of the new kit. Oh, the lighting shite. It's just one of the new kit Chaos Space Marines.
Okay.
I gave him a old jump pack. I think it's a Mark II jump pack from Horus Heresy.
Oh,
and then
nice.
just a little Mark III hammer from the Horus Heresy kits.
Those are good
It's
bits.
it's not a big conversion. It's just bits that work.
Okay. Actually, I think you sent a picture to the chat we're in. Do you mind if I post that on Twitter so people can kind of
Sure.
see? All right. Yeah, because in good lighting, it's a really good looking model, and I think it really takes advantage of, some of that 30K stuff that you can really get a good eye for when you're doing.
Well, the new kits are sweet. They look great. And they fit with all old parts and stuff, so you can use whatever you want.
Really, I thought they would be a little bit too big for that, but that's kind of awesome that
No,
they're.
I mean arms are the same size and everything, so.
Oh, dude, that's perfect. All right, so here we go. Found him here.
Shoulder pads are the same size, so if you want to use Horus Heresy shoulder pads to show
Really?
whatever legion you have, and heads are the same size, so you can get some cool heads. The Warhammer community page put out that entire article about people's conversions for the new Chaos Space Marine kits, and they've got stuff that's got like the Blood Warrior heads on it and stuff to be Khorne Berserkers and things like that, and it looks great.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
the new kit's rife with conversion opportunity for sure. The only thing that I didn't like about it is the legs and the torsos are connected.
Really?
So, yeah.
It seems like it'd be a more common thing with the more new models to kind of enforce the poses.
It's kind of annoying.
Is there just some like particular poses you wanted to get guys into, and
Well, I mean, you can't like. There's a lot of movement in the torso for like various,
yeah,
poses, and if your torso is fixed, then you can't. You lose that freedom.
Hey, buddy, come here. Yeah, I guess that is true. I hadn't thought about but usually the legs kind of would. Well, I guess legs would restrict a bit of that stuff before anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you want a natural pose, yeah, the torso is kind of guided by the legs, but like your legs can be in a position and your torso can be in a position.
That's true.
In real life, so.
But I don't know. As far as the update goes, do you feel like they did probably as good as they could have, or would you still like to have them separate torsos?
Well, I wish that their torsos were separate,
Okay.
but I do like I love the new aesthetics. They're great. They look very Baroque. they're awesome. It's a
And
great new kit
you're gonna
for
do
sure.
Black Legion for this one, or are you
I don't
thinking
know.
Word Barons?
Just do whatever rules I feel like. So I'll
That's fair.
probably paint my guys as Black Legion because that's the best Legion. It's the
Oh,
most pimp daddy swag Legion
well,
that
I mean,
does the most stuff.
Abaddon really tips it in their favor pretty hard.
Yeah, he's a great character. I
Oh
like
man,
him a
and
lot.
his new model looks fantastic. And
Yeah, it does.
I wonder how many magnetic head Abaddons we're gonna see. We're like, oh, he's under half health. Now he's pissed. That's some
That's
shit I would
cute.
do.
I haven't seen anybody
Yeah.
talk about that,
Like I'm
but
just like I saw that. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, he's pissed now. Oh, he's really wounded. He's gonna put his mask on. Like,
the only thing that sucks about that is like painting all of that stuff to a high standard.
yeah, painting 3 heads. Painting 1 head is it can be a brutal,
Yeah,
brutal task to do it right
especially a helmetless head.
with a giant ponytail.
It's a top knot. Okay.
Sorry, it's I don't know what that thing is. I don't think it's really a top knot either. I think it's just a unique hairstyle. Oh man. Would you want to dive into the spiciness you got ready for us as far as the ultra spice that is even spicier than the insane Captain Smasho?
Well, while we're on the topic of the jump pack guys,
Oh yeah.
I want to get this out of the way. The internet's a buzz with this idea of a Black Legion Chaos Lord equipped with one of these new relics called Gorish Vex's Teeth.
Damn.
It's a chainsword. It replaces a chainsword. It's a relic. It's melee, obviously, because it's a chainsword. Strength user, -3 AP, 2 damage. And each time the bear fights, it can make 2 additional attacks with the weapon instead of 1 that a normal chainsword gives you. And each time you get a wound roll of a 6 up, it does a mortal wound in addition to the normal damage.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
Not as
so
good as the hammer, but still pretty good.
right. But then we get into combo territory with this thing.
Combo. Okay.
Right, where you take this thing on a guy with a jump pack, and then you make him your warlord, and you give him this warlord trait called Flames of Spite.
Yeah, I
I
remember
think
that
is
one.
what it's called, and it's in the main Chaos Space Marine rulebook. And it makes it so every 6 up you roll to wound, you do a mortal wound. So now with this relic, you're doing 2 mortal wounds on the 6 up.
That's just disgusting.
Right, right. But then we go further. We can go even
Rerolls.
further beyond. We give him +1 to wound from the Dark Apostle, the Dank Apostle,
So now he's
and
doing
then
extras on 5s.
yeah, he's doing 2 mortal wounds on a 5 up, and then we give him Veterans of the Long War, so he does 2 mortal wounds on a 4 up, and then you cast Diabolic Strength, so he's Strength 6, and he's got an extra attack. So then he's making 7 attacks that are wounding on +2, so they will wound
And then
most
every
everything on a 2 except for Knights, and then every 4 up is 2 mortal wounds in
good
addition.
god.
Yeah, and then you can
That's
get your
pretty
Death
good.
to the False Emperor going and all that.
Fudge and snack crackers. That is that's a bit
Yeah,
ridiculous. Okay, that might be up there with Captain Smash as far as
and then he can be Corn and fight twice, and then you can do 14 attacks or whatever, and then do a bunch of mortal wounds and chop some stuff up.
so really there's a lot of it seems like this one Chaos we're getting something that they were kind of missing, the ability to just decimate hordes. Because like it felt like feels like they're making up for a lot of the not like amazing shooting that they had, but kind of balancing it out with a if you can get to them, that horde is done. Um,
Yeah.
kind of
Well, and now they have that the new big gun that does 8 strength 5 -1 damage shots, so you can cut down orcs
everything
and
else.
everything with that.
That thing
So
is ridiculous. And who all can take that gun?
uh, anybody that can take a heavy weapon because it's just added to the heavy weapon list.
Oh
So
shit. Okay.
Havocs, Chosen, uh, 1 in 5 Chaos Space Marines, or 2 in 10 Chaos Space Marines, and Fallen. I think.
Now, is there any reason to take anything else but that new gun? Really?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, if depending on your needs, obviously, but
that's true.
I do think that it's the best heavy weapon option
It
because
seems ridiculously good.
Little history lesson at the beginning of 8th edition, the rapier quad heavy bolter was a pretty popular option
Yeah.
for chaos lists because for some reason it was misprinted or something that the quad heavy bolter did had a 36-inch range for chaos instead of 24 inches. I
That's
think is
pretty
what it
good.
was. Or maybe it was 48 instead of 36. I can't
Just
remember.
sitting in the back. La 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 la.
Yeah, and it shot 12 shots because it's a quad heavy bolter.
Yeah.
And
Good God.
now, right, like that kind of fell out of favor, but now you have
They.
a 20-point gun that's almost as good as that
Yeah.
because it's only, I mean, it's 8 shots instead of 12, but it's like significantly cheaper for only 20 points.
That's
And I mean, it seems usable for sure.
It seems like it that you know what it sounds like. It sounds like it was trying to make it the worth taking regular Chaos Space Marines again to be able to get two of
Right.
those in there. Like I think it's that is the best argument I've seen yet to take actual Chaos Space Marines as opposed to just cultists. you know.
Right. Well, it's kind of nice to take because I don't know if you've heard of this, but there's these new renegade traits in this book,
Hmm.
and the one that's most of note. I mean, all of them are pretty good, to
They're
be honest.
insanely
Like,
good. Yeah.
yeah, they're better than the Legion traits,
I,
like for the most part.
yeah.
And
Yeah. I
yeah,
think poor Night Lords players, man.
yeah. What the hell? Their
like
thing sucks
it's
so
so
bad.
bad, and then like these are amazing, and everybody can get basic like oh I'll just do a host raptorial and I'll be better at Night Lords at doing Night Lord stuff than they are. Like, granted,
Yeah,
you if you combine the host raptorial with the Night Lord stuff, it's like not bad by any means. It's just like it could be so much. There's so much better to do. I don't know.
yeah. It ain't great. That's for damn sure.
I mean, if it's one of the 5 legions you have like on the paint them this way sort of thing, you think they'd be a big deal, but no, they're like, nah, dude, just go Red Corsairs and color them different. Like,
Yeah.
so
Well, man, if they gave Night Lords like any of these other ones, like you can even argue that some of these are fluffy for Night Lords, like the Brazen Beasts, right? On a 6-up to wound, on the turn that you charged it, the attack has an AP of -4 instead of nothing or whatever, right? But like
that's crazy good.
you could just rewrite the lore for this, and then it's like the Night Lord shivs the guy in a kidney on a
Yeah.
6 to wound,
Uh,
and then it's AP -4.
yeah,
It'd be like cool, you know, and but
inflicting
it just
terror lets them see an open spot in their fucking opponent's armor and goes for a critical hit on a charge in. You
yeah.
know, some like that would be amazing. And like, so which one of those would you think is the best?
The one that has the most buzz about it is this Red Corsairs thing, obviously, where if you have a detachment of it, you get 1 extra command point. And if you have 3 units of Chaos Space Marines, you instead get 3 extra command points.
So just to put all your detachments into Red Corsairs, make it a bunch of Chaos Space Marines, get your points, get your Space Marines, and fire the out of everything.
Yeah. I definitely think that there's argument to be made for 3 minimum squads of Chaos Space Marines with the new little chain gun in
Hmm.
each one just to add a little bit of punch.
Hell yeah.
And then you pick up those 8 command points with a little battalion, and that's pretty sweet. My second favorite one is the flawless host.
So cool.
Yeah, where they get an extra attack on a 6-up against anybody, not just Imperium. And against Imperium, they get 2 attacks on a 6-up.
Dude, it's gonna get ridiculous with the Capitans that get a bunch of stuff on 6-up too. Like, you can make people shit themselves on
Right.
6-ups.
Well, they have this hella cool warlord trait where on a 6-up for your warlord, you get 3 attacks extra instead of 1 extra attack. And then you could put that on Demon Prince, and you could put it on a Slaanesh Demon Prince and give the Slaanesh Demon Prince the intoxicating elixir, and then cast Prescience on that Slaanesh Demon Prince, and cast Diabolic Strength on the. Well, you can cast it on himself,
Yeah.
and then you cast Diabolic Strength on him, and then he's Strength 10, 9 attacks, and on a 5-up he does 3 extra attacks,
Jesus.
and it's like that's a bunch of attacks. You can
That's
hack somebody up big time with
Phew.
that.
That's a lot of hack slash whack that meat. That is insane amount of
Yeah.
damage. So that's the flawless host, and also I think combining that with like a lot of the greater possessed and the master possessions and your demon princes, it's gonna get slicey and dicey and
You
fun as
can get
shit.
pretty wacky. I like it. It's a good time.
And there was only three, right? The others one's just general, or was it? So it was Red
No, there's
Corsairs, Flawless
6.
Toast. Oh, there was six.
Yeah, there's the
Jeez.
Red Corsairs, Crimson Slaughter, which was they were the poster boys last edition. They're in the Dark Vengeance kit.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Uh, they on a 5+ when you destroy a unit, you get a command point, and the unit that destroyed something is fearless, which is neat.
That is neat. It's nice to get freaking fearless for chaos at any point.
Yeah.
So weird. Unless you have a band.
Only for the turn though.
True.
But like if you charge in and then you take some damage, then you don't have to worry about it as long as you kill something.
There you go.
And then you can pick up that command point, which is kind of cute. The Purge, you can reroll hit rolls for attacks made by units with this trait that target enemy units that have lost 1 or more wounds already this turn.
Pretty good.
That one seems kind of sleeper good, where
Yeah.
it's like you just have to plink off one guy and then you get a full reroll on your chain guns. There's nothing wrong with that.
That could get could get crazy quick, actually.
Yeah. Also, this is tight because it says you can reroll hit rolls instead of you can reroll failed hit rolls. So that means if you're moving around guys that have heavy weapons, then you can
Yeah.
reroll the ones that would miss, but you're typically not allowed to reroll because they're not misses until you add the modifiers.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
That's real nice.
The Scourged, you can reroll 1 hit roll for an attack made by a model in a unit with this trait each time it shoots or fights. Kind of a baby salamanders thing.
Nice. I like
And
that.
yeah, except for no wound rolls,
That's fair.
only hit rolls. And in addition, they hit on a 5 when they overwatch. It's okay. And then the Brazen Beasts, which is what I already talked about, where they get the -4 AP on a 6 to wound.
It's pretty crazy.
And the Flawless Host, which I already talked about, where you get the extra attacks.
Hell yeah. And the color schemes on them have all been pretty nice too. I think I turned it down enough. If you do want to, or like hold up the book or have like a site for me to go to, I can pull up those images. So that way you don't have to worry about it being green screened out this time.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure if they have all of the art for the Renegade chapters in here, but they definitely had it on the Warhammer community preview of the Renegade chapters.
Hold that up.
Yeah, I think a lot of them look cool. I actually really like the rules for the Flawless Host, and the art for them is cool as well.
Oh man, did you see the rumor engine?
Which one?
Here, if you look on the stream, it's just this patched together thing with a face on it. I think Fabulous Bill is going to get his new model.
Yeah, that
looks like
sense.
his flesh coat. I really hope so because he's a cool character with some, you know, cool
Fabulous, Fabulous Bill.
Utterly fabulous. All right, where the hell is this?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, here we go.
It was a while ago
It's
now.
Alpha Legion. It was after Alpha Legion, right? Or was it before Alpha Legion?
I think it was.
Word bearers. Hey, look, it's that thing I annoyed the shit out of everybody with.
Classic comedy.
Classic comedy. Just riposty, general riposty.
Yeah, I was confused. It was looking like Reddit or something where it's just all reposts.
What the hell is this?
I don't know.
I feel like it was right
here. I'm getting anxiety about it now, though. So
you're getting anxiety about it? It's okay.
Oh yeah, big anxiety.
Let's see. Heretic Astartes, Legion Focus, Black Legion. Black Legion was the first one, so we know it's after that, right?
Right.
Maybe it was only all in our heads. No. All right. So Heretic Astartes Focus Index. Let's see. That's it. There we go. Black Legion, Night Lords, World Eaters, Emperor's Children, Alpha Legion, Renegades. There we go. There we go. There it is. Renegades. So here's the some of the models that they're showing for kind of examples. I think we've got Flawless Host, if I believe, and then
I think that's
Red Corsairs,
Brazen Beasts. The red guy, that's for sure.
I thought Brazen Beasts were the red guy, and Red Corsairs were the blue and red.
I thought it was the red guy.
Oh, okay. But we'll swap those. And then I'm not sure who the purple is, but there must be the
Crimson Slaughter might have been the red guys as well because they're also red.
Yeah, I would say probably Crimson Slaughter is a good one for red. Yeah, and the Red Crusades are the blue and red, and then
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, and then Flawless Host. I'm trying to figure out who the purple ones are though. Huh. Oh. Anyway, some
I
really
don't know a
nice.
lot about these Renegade chapters because they haven't really been included very much. I
Yeah.
mean, like I've heard of most of them, but
Well,
like in name alone, you
well,
know.
yeah, and a lot of them are in the book, but just with a paint scheme, like nothing else really. And so it's kind of nice to see the specific rules instead of just the blanket renegade rules. So I'm a big fan of
Yeah, these rules are
options.
cool.
They're
The
really
only thing
awesome.
that sucks about these is you can't use Veterans of the Long War with any of them.
Oh, really? Why not?
Yeah, because it doesn't work for Renegades because they're not Veterans of the Long War.
Oh, I guess that's true, huh? That actually does make some sense.
I would probably play pure Red Corsairs if they had access to the Veterans of the Long War.
Holy crap!
Because they also, like, in addition to the command points, they can also run in charge. That's badass.
Oh wait, they get the regular renegade shit too?
Yeah, they were the OG Renegades,
Yeah,
so they have that
that's
and the command points, and
damn.
so they're badass.
They're real
Or
good now.
or I would use the Flawless Host, which is their rules are awesome,
They are
but
pretty awesome.
the Veterans of the Long War is too powerful to give up. You have to have
Really?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like it's the best stratagem in the entire game for one command point. I would say,
All
personally.
right. You heard it here first. Probably not. But Trini, from this angle, it looks like you have a Warhammer blanket on your bed. Just because I can't quite make it out, and there's just enough to make it look like there's something going on there.
It's actually like a really I don't know what to call it besides gay. It's really gay, and my mom made it for me. So
Dude, don't be talking trash about your mom's gifts to you. That's.
hey, getting stuff from your mom's gay. That's just the way it is. I don't know.
I don't think that's how gay works. We're gonna have to. Well, there's so much to go over. All right, let's dive into what's the spiciest crap that you've come across with these new cast rules that they're going to so spicy they'll probably have to fix soon. So if we want to use it, we got to use it soon.
There's there's nothing that's that spicy
Oh, okay, good. Well, that's
because the investment into something that is this level of spiciness is too high. So you can't like
this is an all or nothing spice. This isn't an all spice.
right. Well, it's like if
This
you're
is
gonna
like
take
good barbecue sauce. Either it's great barbecue or you've ruined whatever else you were doing.
yeah, I'm just saying if you're gonna take all of this stuff, you deserve to have this combo. You know what I mean? Like it's
Okay,
not
yeah.
overpowered. If you're gonna like invest this much into it, you deserve to have it.
Okay. So
But
what
here it
is
is.
this?
The combo to end all combos, the most insane shooting star explosion thing possible. You well, maybe not possible, but that I've seen up to this point.
That has been unearthed.
Yes. So you have, as we discussed before, the insane flawless host warlord trait where you get 3 extra attacks on a 6 to hit.
Yeah.
Right. So you take that and you put it on a greater possessed, right, who are already pretty stompy and killy.
Okay. So glad I caught that much of it by reading because it makes me feel good about myself. But go ahead.
Yes, we have this on our greater possessed, our missile here,
Yeah.
and then we have a dark apostle, and we have the dark apostle give him +1 to wound. Then we have a dark apostle, and we have the dark apostle give him +1 to hit. We have 2 dark apostles, and they're both going to buff this guy. To my knowledge, you can buff something twice with a prayer, but I could be wrong. You might not be allowed, and in that case, you would cut the second +1 to hit. Right? Then you have a sorcerer, and the sorcerer casts prescience on this guy, so he's got +1 to hit. Right? So we're at +2 to hit. Then we okay. By the way, this greater possessed is Corn. I forgot to mention he's Corn. And then we have the okay. So we got our sorcerer casting diabolic strength. We got our sorcerer casting prescience. Now he's +2 strength and +1 attack, and he's +2 to hit. and he's plus 1 strength from himself. So now he's strength 8, I think, right now.
Yeah.
And he's plus 1 to wound, plus 2 to hit, etc., etc. He has all this stuff. Right? You give him the Talisman of Burning Blood
Yeah.
so he can run and charge. Then he moves, right? He gets warp timed forward, and then he runs, and then he can charge. Say he runs twice. He's hella fast. 7 plus d6 2 times, and then he's charging. And then you put in next to him, you deep strike next to him, a Herald of Corn that has the Crimson Crown, and the Crimson Crown on a 6 up to wound, you make an extra attack, and he'll give him plus 1 strength. So now he's strength 9. And then you deep strike in the mask, which is the named Slaanesh Herald.
Oh,
And the names and she has this ability where you pick a unit within 1 inch of her, and everybody gets plus 1 to hit it for the entire phase, for the fight phase. Right? So then you charge all these things in, and you make your charge. You make the 9-inch charge with the mask just because you do,
cool.
and you make the 9-inch charge with your herald just because you do, right?
Yeah.
And so here you are with your greater possessed that's strength 9. He has
Plus a
he has
billion.
a billion attacks, a billion strength. How many attacks does he have?
So he's up to.
He has his base number of attacks, which is 5, and then he gets an extra attack from the diabolic strength, and he's strength 5 base, and then he boosts his strength by 1, so he's strength 6. Then he gets plus 2 strength from diabolic strength. Then he gets plus 1 strength from the herald, so he's strength 9. So he'll wound everything on a 2 because he's got plus 1 to wound.
Holy
And
crap!
yes, and then so he does his 6 attacks, and since he has plus 2 to hit on every 4 up, he makes 3 extra attacks because of the warlord trait, right?
Oh my god!
Why not? So you get a bajillion attacks there, and then you.
What have you done, you monster?
So on average, right? Because he has 6 attacks, he'll make another 9 attacks, so he'll do 15 attacks. And then on 5 ups to wound, because he's got plus 1 to wound, and then the Crimson Crown on a 6 up to wound, he makes another attack. So then with that 15 attacks, he'll get 5 ups. So you make another 5 attacks. And so then you have
20 attacks.
You have 20 attacks coming out of this guy that wounds everything on a 2. And then
you make him fight twice.
Then you make him fight twice. Big brain, Jesus right there.
Christ. Fucking 40 attacks out of one greater possessed.
You've probably thrown 40 attacks.
Oh, you want to throw hands? We'll throw hands. Jesus.
Catch these hands. Oh, you know what? I made a mistake.
Okay.
Because he has prescience and plus 1 to hit from the Dark Apostle, and plus 1 to hit from the mask. He actually makes 3 extra attacks on a 3 up. So he's making even more attacks than that.
So plus 40 attacks. Average.
A conservative estimate is that he'll do 40 attacks.
Good God. Can you imagine having a knight you've spent all of this fucking points on, and he's just like...
like 70-point model sprints across the board and one-shots it.
And it isn't dead. He didn't even get a chance to fight back because he got to fight 2 times in a row. Amazing. And then, oh no, the knight would get to attack him back before a second round of attacks.
Yeah,
right? Okay,
but
still.
But you can probably kill a knight with 20 attacks. Cool. So you declare charge against 2 different knights, and you stay 3 inches away until the end of the phase, and then you pay 3 to pile in and attack again, and then you one-shot that other knight.
Oh my god. I am all that 70 points can give you. Holy shit. So, just curious, why don't you do the same thing with the Demon Prince?
Because since the Demon Prince isn't infantry, it can't get the prayers, I think. No, maybe I could be wrong.
That would make sense.
Why isn't it? Why isn't it Demon Prince? The Demon Prince. There was something. I'm just having a hard time remembering.
Probably a key. Probably can't be like a key character or something to get some of
Oh,
these.
no, it is a key. It is a character.
Oh, okay.
You could probably just do it with the Demon Prince. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Why not? Fine.
Fucking. Maybe it's just to
Yeah,
see
do
like.
it. Well, yeah, make it a Demon Prince. I don't know.
Good
It's
God, that would be even more disgusting.
Yeah, Demon Prince
Maybe.
does the same thing. I don't know why it's not a Demon Prince.
Maybe to save some points since Demon Prince would be overkill, so you can afford everything else.
Yeah, I mean, with the Greater Possessed, it's only 70 points, and then you just shoot it. Like, not counting all the support characters that you've used, but like, yeah, I'm not seeing anything that says that you can't do more than one prayer on one unit. So you could do all that stuff.
And
So,
then next turn, when he's dead, do it on your Demon Prince and just.
yeah, but the Demon Prince won't have the Warlord trait, unfortunately, where he does a billion attacks.
True, that's true.
Unless you make him your Warlord, and then, yeah.
Yeah. Too bad you can't
So, yeah.
Alfarius it and just be like, no
Oh,
hit.
that's why you can't fight twice with the Demon Prince. That's not allowed.
Oh, if you even if you mark him with corn.
It's corn infantry only,
There it
or
is. Okay,
bucks.
there
That's
it
what it
is.
was.
Okay, that makes sense. And that is super important to the strategy. So, hot diggity
Right.
damn,
Well,
dude.
I mean, for like the pure ludicrousness of it, yes.
Yeah.
But I do think that if you charged in with a Demon Prince that has all this shit, you're gonna kill whatever you charged, probably.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you'd have to be real unlucky.
And he has more base attacks, so
Yeah. So,
he can smash stuff.
well, you could have more chances at base sixes. So you wouldn't be. Either way, these new prayers and shit are gonna get good.
You know what you could do as well?
Mm,
You could take. Oh no, just kidding. It won't work.
okay. Well, you could take
Oh,
the
you know what
new
though?
Lord of. Oh yeah, go ahead.
You could. I'm pretty sure that the Flawless Host has a stratagem where. Okay, yeah. Use this stratagem when you pick a Flawless Host infantry unit from your
Mic
army to
off.
fight with it in the fight
Mic
phase.
on.
Until the end of that phase, you can reroll hit rolls made for attacks with this unit. So you can reroll your successful hit rolls, but the ones that didn't give you 3 extra attacks and try to get more attacks.
Holy fuck. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I'd like to live that meme dream for sure.
Dude, that sounds. How would you put that? Like, what else could you even put in there? Just a bunch of Space Marines with the new guns, and they shoot
You can do
everything.
whatever you want, dude, because as soon as that happens, your opponent's going to be demoralized and give up.
That is fair. That is fair. Oh man, that is some kind of monster. Like that is just.
Yeah. So did I deliver on the promise of the spiciest thing? You have to pour milk into your ears to relieve that spice.
Yeah, I can feel the burn. It's pleasant. It's like that when you eat something really hot but it's a good thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what's happening. Like
I like it. That'd be a good time.
hot damn, I want to try something silly as shit like that. That sounds
I think it
so
because
fun.
what did my combo involved 2 dark apostles and a sorcerer,
Yeah.
and this guy's an elite, so you can fit all that into one battalion, and then you take a demon battalion for your Herald of Corn and the mask, and then whatever demons you want to take, you can take a Bloodletter Bomb or some Nurglings or something like that,
Yeah.
and then you still have an entire detachment open for whatever you want to take. So if you want to take like Alpha Legion Havocs or something like that, you be my guest. Come on in.
Be my yeah, that is just goddamn ridiculous. Like cuz like
That's a good time.
that's
That's a lot of attacks.
That's a lot of attacks. Then you bring in some fucking Havocs, some Chaos Space Marines, just shoot the crap out of everything with the new bolter rules and the new amazing gun. And then, why not back him up with a Demon Prince that flies in afterwards and just starts wrecking other shit? Because no reason not to. Literally none. Like,
Yeah. You could use that third detachment to put in your jump packs with hammers that you want, and your chainsword guy. Oh no, you can't take the chainsword guy because he requires a warlord trait,
no.
and you've got that locked up on your
On your
greater possessed missile.
your big fun boy.
Yeah.
And so many people are gonna be like, "Why would you make a greater possessed your warlord?" Oh, fuck it, I'll just.
And then they'd be like, all like, "Wee!"
Just staring at you after the first turn, being like, "I wanted to play, but I don't want to anymore." This isn't playing. This is just what you've done here
This
is
is just
unacceptable.
sad. Plus, you get to use that really, really cool model.
Just looking at you like I can be depressed at home too, you know? Yeah, and the cool model's the best part. Like, it's always nice when you can get like some crazy shit like this, but to be able to do it with a cool model as well, it's always nice to have that fucking hero model where you're like, bring it, motherfucker. He's the baddest ass motherfucker you ever saw. You
Yeah,
know.
that's what's cool about the new Lord Discordant. That's a
Mm.
great model.
Oh, dude. You could bring one of him and then just no, I guess we're getting way too points heavy if you bring him into like some demon engines. Now we're getting into a big game.
I don't know. It might fit.
True. Like it just, I guess demon engines. I just think demon engines are more expensive than they are. They're
I think
really
they're
not that
like,
bad.
aren't they? They're all in like the
Yeah,
150 point range,
yeah,
right? Something like
150 or lower. Oh, those new Venom crawlers are actually cheaper.
that. Yeah.
Use some of the Venom crawlers and Lord Discordant, and they're just looking at like they're looking over here at all of your fucking fiends and engines and crazy guy who's gonna run in as well, and then all of a sudden, do 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 do, because he's Mario and he got buffs, and then then he runs in and fucking all over the place and
You put all the buffs on him, and then you play that. You know that. No, that clip from Dragon Ball Z that's memed all the time.
ah!
Yeah. Need to go even further beyond.
I'm the strongest there is. No, it would get effing ridiculous pretty damn quick. That would be all right. So yeah, it's official. I need to get some money for some new chaos models to try this out. Because I've gotten none of the new chaos stuff yet. Because I bought my new computer, and then I have a puppy, and so
If I were a rich man, dabba deeba dooba dabba dabba deeba dabba dum.
if I was a rich man, I would be setting up all my friends with armies and just being like, "Put it together, we'll go buy it." I'd be that guy, and they'd be like, "That's great
It
and
doesn't.
everything."
That doesn't work. That doesn't even work.
Of course not. That's the fun part. I'm
Because
talking. I'm talking. Stupid rich.
yeah, but like, dude, I'm out here being like, hey, you guys want to play? Hey, you guys already have stuff, and people don't. So
Well, I have a feeling, if I was just literally that, I don't know, maybe it'll work one day. Yeah, right now, shit's been crazy lately as far as like schedules and things. Like puppies, puppy makes you so tired
so
all the time, all the time.
are you are you coming to that thing on the 13th?
As long as
Everybody tweet at Hitch and make him go to this event.
and yeah, as long as there's nothing planned for my birthday that weekend by the wife, which I'll double check with her. But
Oh, you're having a birthday, huh?
yeah, it's the 14th. It's the day after, so
Oh,
you know,
turning 50 million.
50 million.
Oh.
Look good, don't I? Lordy, lordy, look who's turning 40-40.
You do look pretty good for 50 million. Are you turning 40? Seriously? Oh,
Thanks,
I
though.
was like, yeah, well, you just said. I, mean,
No,
I was gonna say
32, it's close
you look
enough.
really good for 40.
Yeah, if I look this good at 40, 8 years from now, it'll be good. Who
I
knows?
didn't
Maybe
know
I'll
you
look
were.
even better.
I didn't know you were 10 years older than me.
Yeah, it's bad. Oh, yeah. How's that for some perspective on life?
This guy about to turn to dust.
Oh, man. So anyway, my friend just texted me. His wife is taking him to the very strange and although I gotta admit, curiosity piquing Star Wars burlesque show tonight.
Oh, is that tonight?
That's tonight, and so he's like, "This is happening now," so I'll let you guys know.
I tweeted that at no, I didn't tweet it at anybody. I don't even have a Twitter. I tagged the young Alex in that,
Ah,
asking if he would go, but he just didn't even respond because like he wasn't sure if I was serious or not. So Yeah. Everybody that's watching this should go and invite your friends to the Star Wars Burlesque show. You might learn something about them,
And
one way or
yourself.
the other. Or yourself. You might learn something about yourself.
And the whole time, it wasn't about the Star Wars burlesque show. It was about friendship.
The friends you
That you
made.
build along the way. What's about what you learn about your friends along the way?
It's always that's a nice little social experiment.
Yeah, one you'll never forget easily. Not
One you
without
might want to
counseling
forget,
and
but can't.
therapy, but
Or alcohol.
that always helps.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the end of my Bloody Mary.
Alcoholism on stream, ladies and gentlemen.
I made it myself. No, that'll be tomorrow.
Oh, is there alcoholism on stream tomorrow?
Oh yes, yes. Tomorrow we're gonna do a very experimental stream. We'll see how it goes. You should tune
Apex
in.
Legends, but you take a shot every time you die?
Oh, that doesn't go for very long. That's like half an hour, and you're like,
Yeah, maybe if you're a lightweight.
there again. I've already. No, I just bad at Apex Legends.
So what's the stream tomorrow?
So we're gonna do something a little different. It's just basically gonna be. I don't want to spoil it. It's gonna be a surprise tomorrow.
Well, but like, how will people know that they want to tune in for
Trust
the
me,
cool
they
stream?
they do, and I'll be tweeting some stuff that'll help with the excitement and everything, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, or really bad. Who knows? Let's fucking find out though. As far as anything new and upcoming, we've got a lot of the new rules out. We got our hands on them. Is there anything other than the insanely ridiculous, overpowered, but for the cost probably not greater possessed missile? The
Uh, you know,
the
that's
GPD, the greater
yeah.
possessed
No, I got
devastation.
more combos that we can talk about, but
Okay,
that's my favorite one by far.
that one's a fucking good one. This,
Uh, what?
for the priests, do they just use the Dark Apostle model, or
Yeah, but there's a new Dark Apostle model that's coming out.
ooh, let's look that up.
I think you saw it.
I probably did, but
Maybe
I
you
probably
didn't.
forgot. Is it on
And
the
it's with those.
community?
Yeah, it's on the Word Bearers preview.
Word
No,
bears
you
up.
screwed yourself up
Da, 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 da.
because you were just on the index, and then you.
There we go.
There it is. Yeah,
Oh yeah, these guys. These guys look sick.
those are his little minions. My favorite model that's come out in a while is the guy with the book.
Dude, I love his book is on fire and bleeding lava like substance. And
Yeah,
ooh,
it's demon jizz.
this is the best part about having a wife. No. This is one of the amazing parts of having a wife is she randomly brings you food. No. Sorry. They didn't see it. You did though.
I wish I had a wife that would give
Yeah.
me food.
Oh, you will soon enough.
Shoutouts to any followers that want to be a wife that brings me food.
You heard it
Yeah,
here first.
I'm available for that
Dude,
specifically.
this Dark Apostle backpack is gonna get so abused for anybody who's putting together like special models. I can just see it now. Like it's gonna be everywhere because it's such a kick-ass backpack.
Dude, this like SM sub with the book on his back and chained up is
Dude, his
so
face,
awesome.
his fucking face
He
is.
is the man in the iron mask.
It's not a mask. It's his iron face. Look at this poor bastard. It's literally like stapled on there. So he's chained. So he's like, "Oh, what did you hear him say?"
That model is so cool.
It's
Like,
pretty badass.
if you don't like it, you don't even like chaos. It's like the most chaos thing.
Oh, dude, it is pretty pimpin' chaos stuff, and I like how it's the book holder, but the book isn't in it because the book is on fire and bleeding out of his hands. Like, I love that, and like the fact that it has an indented fucking chaos mark is pretty badass. And this guy just
Yeah,
rocking the censor,
that model is so sick.
dude. It's
I want
just
one.
it's finally like getting the real chaos fucking feel and flavor. Like
Yeah,
it's got
yeah.
the attitude, the everything. It's
No,
just
it doesn't look like a spiky marine anymore. They really do. They have their own aesthetic
yeah,
now.
yeah. And then here's one of these. So which of the greater presidents do you like? This guy over here
It's
with
the
the
one on the
metallic.
right,
Yeah,
obviously.
everybody's. Yep. The impaler here with the skull face. It's pretty hard to beat that guy.
His chest piece is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I love it.
Oh yeah, where it's just like a fucking rib
Yeah, the
cage and
rib cage
fucking
and
great.
combined with like his punk rock face.
Yeah,
I don't know.
mohawk and
He's great.
everything.
He's fantastic.
I kind of like this guy too, with his armor having like fucking multifaceted faces. Like, there's no like losing here, but he is
Yeah,
definitely
it's
the
just cool or whatever,
front
but
runner.
the rib cage torso thing, I've loved it since I think the first one that I saw, or and maybe the first one that came out, I could be wrong, is the Dark Vengeance. There's
Oh
the
yeah.
Dark Vengeance Chaos Chosen model, the one with the power axe.
Oh,
He also has the rib cage, and he looks amazing.
that one's real good. Of course, the crab claw. I'm surprised they brought it back. I'm almost surprised and unsurprised. I feel like, oh yeah, I guess they did do that. I guess it's not surprising at all. But like having the new crab claw back is pretty funny.
It's very chaos.
It is very
I love it.
chaos.
I love it. I love that stuff so much. I've been kicking around a few things with this new Dank Apostle.
Yep. It's good.
I think that he's really strong and can actually probably be included in a lot of more competitive lists. And I mean, obviously your friendly lists as well. Just take them whenever you feel like. But he's got this prayer, the benediction of darkness, and to preface this, what makes these prayers so good is it's at the start of each battle round you try to roll for the prayer.
Wait, what?
So, yeah, so that means that if you go second, you still get your prayer, right? So you can do this benediction of darkness where your your opponent subtracts 1 from hit rolls from a unit within 6 inches of the Dank Apostle. So that means that turn 1 you can put this on a unit even if you go second.
And so they have a
And
minus
get that,
two.
yeah, get that defensive buff. Yeah, if you're playing Alpha Legion, they get that
Oh,
-2, right?
yeah.
You could have a -2 20-man blob of berserkers or a -2 20-man blob of noise marines. And you can get some work done with either of those, I think.
I am all about that. As you've
Also
seen
you
me many times do
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and you can pair this with forward operatives, deploy 9 inches up and then be -2. That's sweet.
It's freaking
Uh
amazing.
There's also this one that gives models within 6 inches a 5-up invulnerable. So if
Whew.
you're going second, you blob up your stuff around him as much as possible, and get that 5-up invulnerable on a bunch of guys.
God
That's
damn.
that's sick. Or you can do both, and then you're pretty freaking hard to kill.
Big fan of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like a lot of the fun units, like berserkers and stuff like that, they lose their fun when they're shot off the board turn 1. But like if you've got this type of stuff to keep them sticking around a little bit more, then you're going to have more stuff to play with
Hmm.
during your turn. And that's why I think that these things are so cool. And then there's of course the +1 to wound in close combat. That's badass. If you can get that off and then like actually get something in close combat, you're Bob's your uncle, as they say.
And those Zerkers are just going to be
Yeah,
ridiculous.
dude,
And
that would be disgusting. That would be disgusting.
then on top of that, you can just make them fight again, and they're still under the same prayer because it's the same turn.
Yeah, +2 to wound berserkers fighting 3 times in one turn.
That's something I'm a big fan of.
You just win the game, right?
You're
Like
done. It's done. Yeah.
that kills anything,
I gotta
right?
pile
Yeah,
into whatever else is close and kill it too.
yeah, yeah.
Fwah. Just multi-charge everything and just keep fighting.
You can do a similar thing with, well, it's not as good, but like the noise marines, 20-man noise marine blob. You can
Pretty
take
good.
this prayer that gives them +1 to hit, so they hit on 2s,
Mm,
and then you give them +1 to wound with the veterans of the long war, and then you shoot twice, and that's a shizload of shots. And
yeah.
noise marines have been good.
And if it sticks around for the entire round when they die, they still have it when they're dying and doing Symphony of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, music of the
Music of the
apocalypse.
Apocalypse,
I
where
think
they fire
Symphony of
again
the
as they die.
Apocalypse sounds cooler, but
Symphony of Destruction is a great song.
is that a song? Is that like
Yeah.
Metallica or something?
It's Megadeth.
Oh,
Symphony of Destruction. You gotta look it up. It's like one
yeah,
of the
no, dude,
key metal hairband experiences.
I'm too young for that.
You'd still enjoy it. You'd find it.
Most people,
You would
most
find it
people
probably more funny than anything, but you'd still enjoy it. Is what I think.
like, yeah, yeah, people. will talk to me about Metallica, and it's like, dude, I just don't get Metallica. It's like it's it's before my time. It doesn't work. I don't know.
It's okay. We you know we've talked about music before, and that is where our age gap shows the most.
Yeah, yeah, but like I can listen to Lil Pump. Just kidding. I don't like Lil Pump, but like I can listen to these trap rappers and actually enjoy it though. So like, you
Oh
know,
yeah, well, yeah. There's nothing wrong in enjoy. You can enjoy any type of music, but it's one of those. I feel like there's a difference between enjoying music and recognizing music that has like inherent value. Like I can enjoy something and say, yeah, that has no value at all. It is ridiculous.
yeah, but if
It's
you enjoyed it, then it has value, right?
well, yeah, but like okay,
Checkmate
how
atheists.
about artistic value? How's that? I'll be more specific.
How do you have the stream set up? Because I feel like my
Very
teeth look
carefully.
really white. It's like, is that something that you like
I don't know what you're talking
program?
about. Our teeth are always this white all the time, and if you see us in person, you'll see it as well. No, actually, I didn't do that. It's but a lot of webcams will do an auto like kind of correct on colors, so you just get kind of
Really?
lucky there.
That's
Yeah,
interesting. That's interesting. They
yeah.
should
I
have an
didn't like.
automatic thing that gets rid of my double chin.
That's well, you're already on on the exercise plan to do that, as I am not. Where mine is just getting bigger and bigger.
Whoa, that
Ah,
looks pretty next level when you
hello. How are you doing today?
I
Ah.
completely lost my train of thought.
I have that effect. No, all right. So, back onto Warhammer. So the new Dank Apostles and the new prayers are going to be stupid, crazy, good, ridiculous, and just an
Yeah.
overall buff for any army as far as chaos goes.
No, yeah, I think for 100 points, they're totally worth it. And then you just take these little dark disciples that make it so your prayer goes off on a two,
Whew.
and if you roll a one, then you just command point. It's worth it. They're
Yeah,
great.
and then and not only that, they're kind of their own phase. So really, you won't be wasting a reroll for a phase, right?
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I mean, so that's pretty. It's pretty dope in itself.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like Chaos Space Marines, with all of these recent updates, you no longer have to take demons with you. If you like, you can actually play pure Chaos Space Marines. You know, Greater Possessed. You know, and with all the new stuff, I feel like you can do it now. Like, you don't have to be like, "Here's my soup," you know, like with my Chaos Soup.
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up as well because
Now you can get mileage out of it, of course, but
yeah, recently ITC just changed the way that they do their rankings. And you know, I've talked about this before a little bit with the rankings for players based on faction and also like overall. And I said what was I 29th or 32nd? I was 29th or 32nd in Chaos Space Marines.
hmm
Now the rankings, you're only ranked in faction if you play only that faction. Soup doesn't count for faction points anymore.
so IG just took a.
Yeah, but well, I mean, the only thing that faction ratings do is you compete against other people that are in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
faction.
So I guess
So
then
I mean,
IG
like,
no longer have to worry about fighting other knights.
yeah, if you're a pure IG player, then
One of
you
six.
might you'll get best IG more easily because yeah, but like yeah, like you're saying, since Chaos Space Marines are a lot better standalone, that's good for that because you can compete for best in faction and not just lose every event. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's interesting because once that was brought up, right? Because I didn't really think about it before, I realized that I have not played. I
Pure.
don't think I have played a single list that was pure one book during the entire edition.
Holy crap.
So maybe I will because Chaos Space Marines they have a lot of options now. That's pretty cool.
And now, for
I've always had like some Death Guard or Thousand Suns splashed in, and Thousand Suns are amazing to splash in.
yeah,
So
they're. I think they're probably one of the best splashes in the game. If you, you know, just
right.
looking at a pure, you know, just dip into it. Now, for starting a new Chaos Army, do people want to get the new Codex that's coming out? Do they want to get Vigilus Blaze? Should they get both of them, or do they only need the Codex? I wasn't sure on that.
It depends on what you want to do. because from what I understand, and I could be wrong, so don't take this as pure gospel.
Hmm.
But from what I understand, this is the only place for the. This is definitely the only place for the specialist detachments, like the Host Raptorial.
Okay.
And this is definitely the only place for the Black Legion exclusive relics and the Black Legion exclusive stratagems. And I'm reasonably certain that this is the only place for the new Renegade traits.
Okay.
And
So
those are sick nasty. So
okay. So
those ones could be in the new book. I don't know for certain,
and all
but
the
I do
prayers are in
know
the new
for
book.
certain. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All the units are in the new book. But I do know for certain that the Black Legion specific stratagems, the Black Legion specific relics, and the formations, the
Nice.
specialist detachments, sorry, they're called specialist detachments now, are in this book only.
Okay.
But if you don't want to use Black Legion and you don't give a crap about any of the specialist detachments, then you only need the new codex.
No, that's awesome. Okay. And then, oh yeah, I was gonna say since we're kind of running, we'll do about probably another 5 minutes, because I need to get to bed early because the puppy has just been killing me for sleep. It's been bad.
You
um,
could sell it on eBay.
that's not how puppies work. Not in
Kids,
this house.
just like kids, you can just sell it on eBay.
We go to a very different eBay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say eBay? I meant Silk Road 2.
Even silkier.
Yeah,
the,
because
the sequel.
Silk Road got shut down, I think,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Um,
a while ago.
supposedly. If I
And
can
that
talk.
guy's in prison forever or something. But anyway, we digress.
Yes. So other than that, I know, like personally, I'm going to have to be repaint a bunch of models. Now I've heard simple green bath, then brush off excess is the best way to remove paint. And is
Yes.
that confirmed true?
I do think that that's true. That's the safest way that you won't damage your models. You could leave them in there for like months and the plastic won't be hurt.
Nice. Okay.
The thing that sucks about that is the models smell like Simple Green
Well, it's not that bad.
forever.
Just piney fresh.
And yeah, I mean, like, it's not the worst smell, but
Yeah.
it's still there and it is smelling. And
So if you keep it in a box, you open the cracks. Simple green.
yeah.
Okay.
And if you what was I saying? Okay, you'll take them out and then you have to brush them
Yeah.
and then so, like it doesn't like penetrate the paint deep. So if there's multiple layers, you might have to
Multiple baths.
yeah, soak it and then brush and then soak it and then brush again, you
Okay.
know. So, but that is the safest way to make sure that you don't damage the model.
Nice. Okay.
If it's a metal model, it strips way easier.
Yeah, just paint thinner.
Yeah, or it works better in the simple green because it'll just flake off of the metal.
That's true. Although fuck metal models, I hate them so much. So
Yeah,
very, very much. Mainly because they don't stay together unless you fucking pin them and do all of the extra work. No.
yeah, that's
All
where
right.
the classic armless Abaddon meme comes from.
That is pretty damn good. Oh man. Anyway, let's see. Any other final closing thoughts is on the new chaos list or anything that other than things we've gone over, anything you think people should know when building these types of chaos lists of things to look for?
Um, I think if you had a list before, and you put a Dark Apostle in it, I think your list will be better. And I think that that's cool. Uh, t- Take your Chaos Lords, and you can give them the Thunder Hammers, and they'll do stuff for you, which is cool because
So excited to put one of
then you
those with
don't
a
have
bunch of
to
berserkers.
yeah you don't have to rely on Demon Princes as much, which is cool. You can have a Lord that's gonna smash some people.
That's gonna be 10 out of 10. Excited for,
Yeah.
and I actually have the models to do that one temporarily.
Also, Havocs, put those in your list. They're pretty good.
I don't
They're
think I have any
toughness
havocs,
fives,
and they can take that stupid new
and
gun,
they
which
take
is
the chain gun.
amazing.
GW only gives you one in each kit. Yay! Thanks, GW.
But every havoc can take it technically, as long as you're not
Yeah,
WYSIWYG.
yeah.
Fuck WYSIWYG. No, I'm just kidding. No, I
Everything
get.
is
I,
proxy.
I get what WYSIWYG's point is, but at the same time, fuck it. All right, so with that, we kind
You
of
heard it here first, folks.
you heard it here first. We got you some insanely
Hardcore.
spicy chaos bullets. We got the some just great options now to flesh out your lists and make them just stronger and more fun than they ever were before. And so I
Yeah.
know I'm going to be looking at rebuilding mine now. We didn't even talk about how good obliterators still are and re-rolling that. I think we talked about that last week though, about getting your re-rolls
Yeah.
on their
Yeah, we did.
strengths and stuff, and so that's also ridiculous. So
How to maximize your obliterators. Now that they
yeah,
cost 350 points, you got to maximize them.
I can see kind of why. No, I can't. No, no, they were perfect where they were at. No. Actually, with all the new rules and stuff, they might have gotten a little ridiculous.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
We'll
The,
never know. All right. So anyway,
well, we'll know in like a few months.
that's true. When they put them back down and say just
Well, I mean, we'll see because if they're successful now,
yeah,
then well, I mean,
there you go. Okay, bye. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Any last thoughts to close up your show?
yeah. Thanks for tuning in to my show. If you've got anything that you want us to talk about, go ahead and tweet at Hitchhiker of the Mind.
Yep, and that's literally at Hitchhiker Mind at Twitter. You see it above his head.
Also,
You can hear.
subscribe to this channel so that we get more money. Subscribe on YouTube. Use your Twitch Prime sub here. Donate all of your money. If you did your taxes late, your tax return's coming. Go ahead and just donate all of that.
So you're
Yeah.
donating your tax return? Yes. No. You can have my negative tax return. No.
Somebody just makes you pay their back
Yeah,
taxes.
look, here's my negative $280. Clever girl.
Dang it!
Oh man! All right. With that, thanks everybody for watching, and whatever you do watch, and for more, tune in next Thursday for more 40K Thursday. We'll be doing this, Thursdays. That's what we do. All right, we'll catch you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye.